Hi, my name is Elizabeth and I'm very glad to welcome you on my channel. And in today's video we are going to talk about Russian universities, which exams personally I had to pass to become a university student in Russia, and maybe I'll tell you about the process of education. By the way, if you hear any sounds, I'm very sorry for it, but I had to open my window because today it is very hot and I just can't sit with the closed window. So now I am a first year university student in Russia and I study German and English. And in the first part of the video I would like to tell you about the exams I had to pass to become a university student here in Russia. I study English and German, so I had to pass basic maths, Russian, English or German in my case, but if I wanted to study French, I would need to pass English or French, and the same for other languages. And also I had to pass social studies. Russian and basic maths are two subjects that every person who is graduating from school has to pass, and you just can't get a certificate that you finished school if you didn't pass these two exams. But if you want to become an engineer, for example, you can't pass just basic maths. You have to choose the exam that is more difficult and that and the exam that shows that you have got a really deep knowledge in this subject. But for languages, I just didn't need to do it, thanks God, because the second maths exam is just terrible. Some of my friends had to pass it, and when I read all these tasks, I couldn't understand the task. English and social studies, these two exams that I have passed, we can choose them, and if a person wants, he or she can just take Russian exam, Russian and basic maths, and just get the certificate that this person has finished school. But this means that this person just can't go to university, because other exams that we take are very important for our universities and our departments, so I would say require these exams. And what is more, if someone doesn't pass basic maths or Russian calcs, let's enjoy them. I'm sorry, but I can't do anything to help it. They usually do it at 5 o'clock and now it is obviously 5 o'clock. I hope that they won't ruin my video as they have already done. So if the person doesn't pass Russian or basic maths or both of them, this person doesn't get a certificate that he or she has finished school, and this person can go to college, which so in Russia a college and a university, they are not equal, and if you want to be a doctor, a teacher, an engineer and other such professions, you have to go to university. And if you want to become a builder or a plumber, you have to go to college. And people can go to college after the 9th grade, so they don't have to spend 2 extra years at school. I don't know how it is in Europe and other countries, but in Russia you can study absolutely for free if you have got high results at your exams. So in all Russian state universities, you can study for free if you have got high results at your exams. But usually the amount of these people who can study for free is rather small. So in my group, for example, there are 24 people and only 8 of them can study for free, and other have to pay, or they study for free but not because of the exams. They belong to a certain social group that gets governmental support. Also, all people who don't pay for education get scholarships. They are usually not very high, but it's better than not to have any money at all. A person can't lose this governmental support. So if on the first year of your education you didn't pay for your education, you won't need to do it all years at university, even if your grades are just terrible. But it doesn't mean that you can't be expelled. And students who didn't pass their exams well, they have to pay for their education if they still want to study. And in different universities, some are different. For example, in Moscow and in St. Petersburg, prices are usually much higher than in small towns, and in such famous universities in Moscow as Moscow State University, prices are even higher than in all other Moscow universities, and it is rather hard to study there for free too, because everyone wants to be a student in this university. Now I would like to tell you about the process of studying. I think the process of education at a university is a bit different in Russia than it is in other countries, because I know that, for example, in Germany, you choose subjects that you'd like to study yourself, maybe not all of them, but some. And in Russia, it doesn't work like that at all. You have got your group and you attend all subjects with the same people during all the time of your education, and you can't choose any subjects yourself. So I would say that we have got a really strict program, and even if you don't like subjects, you can't just say that I'm not going to attend it and I would like to choose something else. No, all subjects are a must. In my case, for example, I really dislike everything that is connected with computers. I just hate all these subjects. I don't know why, but it is very hard for me. But if I have to do something on my computer, I can find every piece of information on the internet. So from my point of view, these subjects are a bit useless, especially when you have got one operation system and you are taught how to work with a completely different one. And of course, after every semester there are exams, and there are exams with a mark, and there are exams without a mark. So for exam with a mark, you have to work really hard and you have to earn points, because your mark depends on these points and on the results that you show during exam. But if you have got really enough points, and if you are satisfied with your mark, you can skip the exam. And if there is an exam without a mark, you just get 61 points and you can do nothing more if you're satisfied with this number of points. Usually such system works with the subjects that are not very important, or if the subject doesn't and in this semester. For example, we had this situation in the last semester. We had such exam in linguistics, and we had it without a mark, but in this semester we already have it with a mark. In my university there is a really large amount of different social events. For example, one is called a Student Spring. It is held in spring, and it is when students make different theater plays or dance or sing. These performances are really great, and students get help of real professional dancers and singers to make it look perfect. I didn't take part in any of these things this year, but I watched it. It was held in our theater, and if I find any videos, I will show it to you. Also, Student Spring is the largest event, and in autumn we also had beauty competitions between boys and girls, and two persons who have won this, so one boy and one girl, they will represent our university in such a competition, but not only in our university, but they will compete with the students all around Russia. Honestly, I didn't like it. It was, like, from my point of view, a bit boring, but if people like it, why not? So my university gives a lot of opportunities for students to express themselves, and not only to study but to be creative. But honestly, I don't know where all these people find so much time on being creative and taking part in all these performances, because personally I can't find any time. I spend so much time doing my homework, and this is despite the fact that I am rather fluent in English, and I can speak German as well. And the rest of my group have just started to learn German, so they learn basics and I revise everything. But despite this fact, I spend hours every day on doing all these tasks. So really a great question, where do they find the time? So this is all for this video. I do really hope that you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one. Bye!